Friend, you seem so distant. Are you thinking about something? Is anybody else feeling this way going into 2026? Happy New Year, aDrive Army. It is time for another epic breakdown of Generation 10 and beyond. We've got a lot to talk about today, including who we might think might just be the professor of Generation 10. This is some crazy stuff. We're gonna go nuts, but I'm excited. Pokopia on the horizon. We haven't heard much about champions, but it's a coming. We got the 30th anniversary logo. If you missed our last video, definitely check that out. And of course, Generation 10 most certainly being announced on the Pokemon Presents at the end of February. We are on the road to Pokemon Day, end of February. Just a few weeks away, man. So stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you guys like and subscribe for your daily Pokemon knowledge and news. Let's talk about this. So we covered this in a previous video that it seems like we are likely going to officially or unofficially visit Australia as part as Generation 10 new games. We know that Generation 10 is based on the Southeast Asia islands, Indonesia, among a handful of other islands. And it seems though as part of this map, from the datamine leaks, we've got the Tiwi Islands and a part of Australia called Darwin that are located in this map. This has led a lot of people to believe that there's a chance that we're not only getting some influence of Australia into this region, but we may be able to uncover exactly who the professor is based on this information, or at least who the professor is based off of, which makes so much sense in the world of Pokemon, so get yourselves ready. Before I dive into Charles Darwin and the theory of evolution, I gotta let you guys know that we are running the final hours of our end of year sale for my game Elestrals. If you haven't seen, we launched a record-breaking RPG that's coming in full force. We've got an amazing trading card game, and we've just launched a week of sales for the end of year sale, and until 3 a.m., that's it, until 3 a.m. after this video goes up, like 10 hours after this video goes up, we have our biggest sale yet, and we are doing all of the sales all together. So you can get buy one, get one free on a ton of items. You can get 30% off a ton of other stuff like starter decks. Our game is fun. Our community is amazing. The gameplay is great. We've got epic serialized cards to chase after. Elestrals TCG is where you want to be. So take advantage of these amazing sales. Pick up a starter deck at the very least, or take advantage of our buy one, get one free on some booster boxes. You're going to have a blast opening them up. So definitely throw down. Link in the description below. Use my link as it helps me out. And check out our incredible end of year sale before it's too late. Seriously, there's only a few hours left. Don't miss this. All right, so let's break it down. My man Soul Silver says, this is barely theory now. The Gen 10 professor resembles Charles Darwin. That's right, we have the Generation 10 professor as a placeholder image in the Gen 10 leaks, and he's so right, dude. It looks a lot like Charles Darwin, who is the professor of the theory of evolution. If you're not familiar with Charles Darwin, this guy's a very, very famous guy who did a lot of research on evolution and how different animals and species change from each other. They branch away from each other. I mean, he's one of the most famous biologists, naturalists, and geologists. So this is some pretty wild stuff, but it shows that the small part of the map that features Australia in the Gen 10 beta map is not only the city named after Charles Darwin, it's called Darwin. I would put my money on the Gen 10 professor being from or connected to this little Australian part of the Gen 10 region, and that there could be a huge focus on Pokemon evolve based on their environments. And if he's the one that gives us the starters, at least one Australian animal starter is definitely a possibility. We're opening the box towards getting potential Australian starters, which is huge, especially if he's the professor. It would make a ton of sense. The idea that evolution is such a flagship feature in the Pokemon franchise makes a ton of sense for them to base a professor off of Charles Darwin. The possibilities are endless, and the idea that this region is based on these different islands that are all different biomes from each other, and the fact that your Pokemon may evolve differently based on where they are, or the seed Pokemon we're talking about that's going to change based on the gameplay, this makes perfect sense. So stay tuned. I think there's a really good likelihood and a really good chance that the professor of Generation 10 is indeed inspired or based on Charles Darwin. Some really cool stuff, and I'm super excited for the idea of potentially going to Australia or having some sort of Australian influence in the upcoming Pokemon games. It seems like a ton of fun, and there's a lot of starter potential there. So we'll keep an eye on that, but Charles Darwin as the professor seems like it might be a solid bet. Shifting gears, I want to show you guys a couple shots here, one of which is this one shot of the three The 3 starters from Soul Silver. It's the last day of 25. Who's picking their Gen 10 starter? And it's 3 Lucarios. Yes, we are not picking Lucarios as our starter, but we've got some more placeholder images here. But I wanted to show you guys this one, and it is a big image of a Dodonzo, some Luminions, some Love Disc, basically in this water type biome. This is one of the biggest kind of leaks that we've seen so far of Generation 10. And I will say, if Generation 10 looks like this is going to be incredible. This is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. This looks so good. The water looks good. Under the water, you see the light effects. Everything we've seen so far from this very early footage of the leaks shows that this game is going to be gorgeous. And I've said this before, like my biggest gripe with Scarlet and Violet, which is like the Pokemon game I've played the least over the last 20 years or whatever, was because the performance issues, man. Like, I couldn't play the game. It would give me a headache. I didn't enjoy playing it because of the performance issues. With the Switch 2, I had very little of any performance issues with Legend ZA, which gives me tremendous hope for the upcoming titles. And if they look like this, man, whoo, baby, that could be massive. This looks gorgeous. This Dodonzo in the sea, the idea of exploration here. There is so much potential, so much to be excited about. I think Generation 10 is shaping up to be the best game in Pokemon history, and I'm here for it, baby. I'm super excited about it. One thing I did want to touch on, though, is the engine, because we talk about performance, we talk about graphics, we got to talk about the engine. Central Leaks reports on the fact that from what we've seen, Pokemon Gen 10, or codename Gaia, is still using the same engine, GFLIB3, Game Freak has been using for every main series game since Let's Go. It's got improvements in terms of physics simulation and lighting, but it is not a new engine. In the Terra leak, there were mentions of something called Pokemon Engine X, but from the leaked builds we've seen on the game, this just doesn't exist, or Engine X is an internal project name for improvements to the existing engine. To be honest, we think it already looked good in its early beta state, referring to the Dodonzo video that we just took a look at. So, indicating that it's very likely that this game is going to be on the same engine it's been on, but they're clearly making some improvements. We've seen images and screenshots of Charizard and its tail flame, casting shadows and reflecting on various Pokemon. We're now seeing this Dodonzo shot and Luminion, and how these Pokemon may have some ambient lighting that can affect their surroundings. Some really nice improvements, and ultimately it looks really great. And if this is where the franchise is going to go because of some hardware upgrade capabilities with the Nintendo Switch 2, I'm here for it, and I'm super excited about it. So I can't wait to see getting our first gameplay footage of Wind and Waves, or Generation 10, because I think it's going to blow a lot of people out of the water, and it's going to be really epic. So what do you guys think? Are we going to Australia after all? I think that would be really epic. We're going to continue to break it all down here as we are now in the new year, the year of Generation 10, the year of the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and the year of potentially Charles Darwin becoming a professor in a Pokemon game, or at least inspired by him. I'm here for it. Don't miss out on the epic end of year sale for my game Elestrals. You really don't want to miss it. We've got incredible deals. It's legitimately the craziest sale we've ever done, and it only lasts for a few more hours because it's the end of year sale and it's ending now. So take advantage of it. You could go to shopelestrals.com with my link in the description below or the pinned comment. And like I said, pick up a starter deck if you just want to support me or check out my game. We've got incredible serialized stellar cards, which are like shiny Pokemon, but they're serialized, they're stellar Elestrals, they look amazing. We've got great gameplay and an awesome community that is just super fun. I'm building something really epic, and you guys should be a part of it. Plus, we've got a video game coming, so learn the creatures through our card game. It's a great time. Link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll have you guys updated with some more Pokemon news very soon. See you then.